Welcome to your Fountain of Youth, Masters of the Brain, your Pituitary and Hypothalamus upgrade. I'm Marlene Allen, and I'm happy to have you here with me today. I'd like to remind you to please get some water to sip on today, and most likely for the next 3 days would be best while we are going to be growing some new cells. So let's buckle up. I have a lot to go. We are going to be using the chat box if you'd like to. Let's take a look here. If there's anyone in here, we can, if you have any, anything you want me to add into the clearings, I've gone over a lot of things and a lot of the comments you've already sent me in. And I have a list of clearings that I've already done. But if you have something you want to say, you can put it in the chat box, okay? I do have some slides I'm going to start with, and we'll get going here. So yes, the Fountain of Youth, Masters of the Brain. So we're going to be doing both the pituitary and the hypothalamus. So I am Marlene Allen. I'm the owner of Your Body Power. I'm a certified master quantum health activator and many, many other things. And I specialize in midlife makeovers that reverse the debilitating effects of accelerated aging. We are going to be letting go of what doesn't belong with love, of course, and quantum activations. So quantum activations is what I use to bring about a desired result in the glands that we're going to be working in and their hormones. So by diving deep into the master stem cell of that gland itself, we're going to clear out all that has been built up over the years, as well as some damaging programs and interference, anything that doesn't belong there. So that is what we'll be doing. And the clearings that we are working on for the preparation, we've been doing letting go of attachments, something I've been working on for you. Also, we're looking at the chakras and auras, that's your energy centers, and also increasing life force, and then clearing the glands itself. So let's just check right now where I am at with all this. Okay, about 96%. This one. 95% on this one. Okay. All right, our life force is about 93%. So we're not quite where we want to be with the energy right now. So let's do a grounding exercise. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do a tune-up for your chakras and your aura layers to get you ready for today. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can, you can close your eyes and take in 2 deep breaths, so one at a time. So take in a deep breath through your nose, out through the mouth, and in again through the nose, and out through the mouth. So now imagine that you're sitting on a lawn chair out in your backyard with your bare feet on the ground. Or you could also imagine yourself on the beach, also in bare feet, and your feet are on the ground. So the receptor sites on the bottom of your feet are picking up the electrons that are coming up from the earth. This is the healing energy that the earth has always given us before we started wearing rubber shoes. Okay, but it's always available to us. And we're going to do it right now. It's available right now in your imagination as what I'm doing here with you. So planting your feet on the earth, the receptor sites on the soles are now receiving this beautiful electron energy coming up from the ground. You're totally grounded, safe and secure, receiving Mother's beautiful energy. Now imagine the sprinkler comes on. This one is your own personal sprinkler, and the energy coming up from the earth is showering your insides. It's cleansing, cleaning, and clearing. So we're going to allow the energy from the earth to move up from your feet into your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, and your hips. There is going to be cleaning the energy of your root chakra. Okay, so we're going to clean here and clear. Moves a little bit further up into the pelvis now, the sacral chakra, and spirals around there, clearing anything that doesn't belong. Just kind of let that mill around in there a little bit. And then also moving up some more energy up through the legs, coming up a little more now into your solar plexus. So it's spiraling more, it's clearing and cleansing. And we're going to let this You're going to send this down through a grounding rod that you've secured from the root chakra back into the center of the earth. So let's just let this dirty energy now that's been cleaning up the first three chakras, let it down through that grounding rod back into the center of the earth. So let's bring it some more beautiful earth energy up through the feet, the legs, the hips. It moves up all the way now into the heart space, into your heart chakra. It's cleaning the insides here, behind your lungs. This is the arms. This is the wrists, your hands, your implementing tools, right? So this is that whole area there for you, cleaning, clearing everything in this space. Very nice. Moving this energy up now further into the throat chakra. This is opening your clear channel of communication and balancing this throat chakra area. You feel this beautiful energy now moving into the third eye. This third eye chakra now as it clears and cleans your vision, your inner and outer vision. Clearing that chakra, balancing that area. Very nice. Bringing this earth energy up further now. We're into the crown. Very good. Up into the crown of your head as it cleans and clears that chakra. Very nice. Now imagine the sprinkler energy at the crown of your head where it shoots out and begins sprinkling your entire aura now. All 7 layers of your aura getting this nice shower, cleansing, cleaning, clearing your entire energy body. Very nice. Now let's send some beautiful gold God healing energy in through the top of your head. Let's just see this beautiful gold God healing energy now coming in through the crown, healing your inner and outer bodies through this head, skull, behind the eyes, into the nasal cavity, in the jaw, in the neck, through the shoulders, your arms, fingers, then down your chest, your torso, your hips, on down your legs, and into the earth. Beautiful. Now this time, let's see your spirit. This is like a little mini me, okay? And it's sitting on the magic carpet, hovering just over your body. So through the head, your spirit's coming into the brain, filling in all areas of your brain. Everything's turning on right now, right? All the glands, the cranial nerves of the head, now through the nasal cavity, on into the jaw, lowering your spirit now as you enter into your neck and into your shoulders, into both arms, and filling in every finger. Your spirit is all the way in. Then you move lower still as you entirely fill in your chest, your lungs, your heart space. Now your solar plexus, lowering still into all of your pelvic organs, lowering more into your hips, then down the thighs, into the knees, the shins, into the ankles. Your spirit's filling in your feet and every toe, with your spirit filling the skin now from the inside out. You're totally 100% in. You're feeling your spirit occupying your entire space of your, much better. And your aura layers, very good. Life force. Okay. And we have some more slides here to share with you. So I'm going to go through this as we continue with the balance of the clearings so that we are, no sound. Ooh, let's see. Okay, sound is gone, huh? Okay, let's reboot the room, okay? All right, how's that? Are we all back? I rebooted the room, so I hope that helps everybody. The chat box is gone, of course. New chat box. We are in a new room, I guess, if you will. So if you want to, anybody. So I guess that was a little powerful there on the clearing. Maybe I don't know why that happened, but anyway, we're back. So thank you. Let's get back to the slide set right now, the frequency of vibration. Let's check where we're at. We are looking at the slide on the chart here where it shows you the lower frequencies of vibration, that are lower emotional frequencies, right? So shame, guilt, fear, anger, all these things are in the lower half or the lower portion of the frequency scale. So this is the density. This is why it feels like we're suffering and just getting by. Nothing ever works for me, because it's very dense here. Yeah, everything, all the dirty, sticky stuff inside your cells that we're going to be working on today in the pituitary and hypothalamus. When we let these things go, then the energy then can expand and rise, right? And your frequency can get increased, right? So this is where real health, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, all the way around. So anyway, stops and starts. Oh, goodness. Okay. If you refresh it, it works, apparently. So, yeah, should be a refresh button. It is okay for a second, and then it freezes again. Oh, goodness. I know the replay is going to be 100%, so we can try refreshing the room again. Let's just try it one more time, okay? I'm going to try it one more time. So we're going to reboot the room. And we're back. Okay, so let's try this again. Hopefully we are all aboard. So if you want to say something in the chat box again, that would be fine. I'm just going to continue. The replay will definitely be the full presentation as well as the audio version of this too. So if you personally can't get it to stay for you without having to continually reboot it, but if you refresh, it will continue. Refresh your entire browser, or come back, or go out and come back in through the link again. Try that. Okay, so we're back. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Anne. All right, so the frequency, we're going to be increasing yours today, right? So what happened, right? So we had clear, healthy cells when we were babies and everything was going fine. And then so what happened? Well, chemicals, toxins, they prevent normal levels of our hormones in our blood from working properly. So we have loaded up on these toxins for a long time. It can be environmental pollutions, contaminated waters. It could be genetically modified foods, non-food items, I guess, household cleaners, the toxic variety, right? There's all kinds of organic, natural versions of household cleaners besides personal health and beauty products. There's things as far as putting on your skin. You don't know what's in the packaging because the FDA is not required to tell you. So what does that mean? Pharmaceuticals, and anything that we're watching on television, on broadcast TV is broadcast in the frequency of fear. That's really low. If you just saw that on the chart, that's like at 100, and that's not where we want our frequency to be. Certainly not for health. So watching anything, fear-based, violence, war, that kind of thing. And then being on our phones, tablets, Wi-Fi, the EMFs. Yep, that all is in there. And our belief systems. So all of that is what is in the way of health. So we are working in those areas and a lot of other areas too. So we're going to be regenerating our glands, the masters of the brain, the pituitary, which produces your fountain of youth, HGH. And that enhances cell growth, healthy muscles, bone density, encourages rapid regeneration of new healthy cells. And the hypothalamus is the master regulator of the brain, and it sends the signals for youthful health or rapid aging, right? So we're gonna reverse the rapid aging thing, and we're going for the youthful health today, right? So we'll also clear stress causing excess cortisol and adrenaline. So that's something that we're going to be looking at as well. So your genes and your environment dictate the rate of tissue regeneration and the balance between accumulation and removal of that cellular damage. So the accumulation of cellular damage and a lack of regeneration results in aging-related problems and diseases too, like the Alzheimer's, diabetes, cardiovascular, right? And then wrinkling or graying hair and so forth. So that's why we're working in these glands today, and this is going to bring about a lot of desired changes, right? So improvements for you. So we're looking first at the pituitary gland. So the master gland, the pituitary, it's the hormones it produces control so many different processes in the body. It's incredible. It produces, secretes, and balances the flow of hormones into your bloodstream. And they act as messengers to transmit information from the pituitary to cells, and regulates proper function of your organs and glands, distribution of fat, the stress hormone, cortisol from the adrenals, blood sugar levels, pancreas, blood pressure. And a fully functioning pituitary is required for a pineal gland activation. So if your pineal gland is off, well, that may be because your pituitary gland is not functioning optimally. So this is a good thing for you. So the human growth hormone, the HGH, your fountain of youth, it comes from the pituitary, associated with the third eye, right? The chakra here at the center of the head. It's the movie director of the body, the hypothalamus too, and the fountain of youth, the pituitary. So this is where we are working. And then there's some DNA, right? Some programming in the DNA for your pituitary. So if it says that, you're no longer going to function properly after a certain age, let's just say age 30, then no matter what, at age 30, boom, the DNA programming kicks in and it starts to be compromised. So to get that gland working better, so that you have the right human growth hormone, the right production of that, that's what we're going to be working in today. So that is functioning properly again. And then calcified glands. So we're going to look at the calcification on your pituitary too. And we're going to actually melt it off. Okay. So that is all coming up here. So pituitary gland problems. Now, if any of these resonate to you, then there can be something associated with the compromise of your pituitary. Now, maybe one of these, maybe all of these, and you can take this a little later and stop the video and just look at it and ask yourself, ask your higher self to give you some answers here. Yeah. So let's look at what potential issues could be around the pituitary and what that means in your life. So what about my life and my situation am I blaming on others or my environment? And what would it be like to take complete responsibility for what is happening in my life? Good question. What psychological benefits are there to maintaining ill health? And that's one of the things I'm clearing around today too. So the benefits of staying in health. If I could no longer blame my health for the dysfunction in my life, what would I be busy doing? If I was in complete control of my life and my destiny, what are some things I would change today? What will it take for me to start seeing the good things all around me? What will it take to root out all the subconscious and psychological programming that causes me to be so negatively focused? So here's an affirmation, and we can say it all together if you'd like. I choose to see the good in all things today. I am the captain of my life and take full responsibility for where the ship is and where it's going. I am bigger than my situation. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to ground the pituitary gland to the center of the earth. Okay, so we're going to release any foreign energy, anything that doesn't belong there. Very good. So the significance of this is that we're producing the human growth hormone, right? So this is why this is so important to be working on today. And congratulations for you being here as well. Very good. So the calcification, it means that there's a little ball of calcium that forms around it. It just, encapsulates it. So if you, in your mind's eye, if you're, meditating or whatever, and you see this little white ball or whatever, that's what that is. And it's, so right now, let's just see your pituitary. And if there's anything white around there, let's just see that melting off. Okay. All the calcium, if there's anything encapsulating that pituitary, let's just see it all melting off right now. I'm getting on average 4% calcification for everybody as a group. So maybe, a little more for you, maybe a little less, but I'm getting 4% is what we started with. So we're melting that off right now. And we're seeing your pituitary coming into full function. The way to get the hormones produced and set out into the body and circulated through the bloodstream the way they're supposed to be. So I'm going to continue with that just for a few more minutes. So if we're looking at this pituitary, like if you can see it like on a meter from 0 to 100, let's just turn this all the way up. If it's at 0 or if it's at 10, wherever it happens to be, let's just turn it all the way up to 100. Yep. And remember to breathe. So this is great. And sending energy into the pituitary right now. We're getting this energy up to 100%. We're getting the color of the gland to be healthy again. Now we're going to send some golden orb energy through the pituitary gland. It's a golden wave, and you can see it at the center of your head just kind of beaming out like golden light. You can also imagine a golden beam coming through the center of your head. We're sealing this energy and healing in with the energy of Source, God. And then we're going to put this beautiful golden orb at the top of your head and bring that golden sun into your body. Now it's filling every single cell of your body, energizing and recharging you. Bring that all the way down, sending it on through that grounding rod back into the earth. And now bring your spirit fully into your body through that golden sun. As we already did, I think we are pretty much already in, so that's good. And so, very nice. Okay. So the pituitary and how it functions. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty close, 99% on the clearings. Let's continue here. So let's go into how it functions. It secretes and balances the flow of hormones into your bloodstream and then acts as messengers to transmit that information to cells, right? So regulating their activity and affecting proper functioning of your other organs and glands. So, and it distributes fat, okay, and the stress hormone cortisol from the adrenals, blood sugar levels and blood pressure. So this is a very important gland. And the anterior pituitary gland produces hormones that release into the bloodstream, several different ones, and some stimulate the adrenal glands to secrete steroid hormones, like cortisol. There's the growth hormone, regulates growth, metabolism, and body composition. And then luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, they act on the ovaries or the testes to stimulate sex hormone production. And there's prolactin, which stimulates milk production. Then there's this thyroid stimulating hormone, stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete those thyroid hormones into your body. So if you have an issue with the thyroid, the pituitary can certainly have a big role in the T3 and T4 hormones there. And then, melanocyte stimulating hormones, the production of melanin and so forth. There's a lot of things going on hormone wise in the pituitary. If you'd like to stop the video at some point and look at the table of pituitary hormones, here it is for you. So it is also very important with sleep, as it stores and releases something called vasopressin. It's made in the brain and influences your circadian rhythms. So there are some issues that you could, signs and symptoms of problems. There could be headaches, particularly if it's a sudden onset and in the center of the head. Interesting. Sexual difficulties could be, painful, low sex drive, that kind of thing, or erectile dysfunction. Could be depression, changes in mood, anger, anxiety, bipolar, that kind of stuff. And maybe difficulties in relationships. And it could be along with physical problems on this list too, right? So you could be feeling lonely or isolated or losing friendships, right? Could be infertility, growth abnormalities, obesity, eating disorders, vision changes. It could be stretch marks or your skin getting thinner or bruising, carpal tunnel, menstrual problems, fatigue, weakness in your limbs, muscle weakness, hypertension, arthritis, aching joints, loss of sleep or changes in sleep, memory or concentration issues, unusual hair growth like on the chest or face, or even hair loss, falling out, and skin that is dry or discolored, chronic stress, maybe, or physical traumas, emotional traumas. Or feeling detached from your body, right? So a lot of different things that could be going on there. So now let's check for it. Okay, very nice. We are complete with the clearing, so we are able to move on. Yes, and if you have areas that were removed, yes, then there's an energetic version of them. Absolutely. Yes. So let's go ahead and see now the master stem cell of your pituitary. Okay, here's a real cartoon version of it on the screen. But this master stem cell of your pituitary, right now we are going to connect with it. We're going to connect it to Source, God, and we are going to ground. We've got grounding, and we are protected, 100% protected. Very nice. So we are just sending some beautiful gold God healing energy now into this master stem cell of your pituitary. We're going to get this one master stem cell up to optimal for you. And when we do that, then we can allow the other cells to copy the perfection from this master stem cell. So getting this one master stem cell up to its optimal in energy. So sending in that beautiful gold God healing energy now into the master stem cell, matching that beauty, love, and perfection of your own divine template. Perfected template of your pituitary exists, and that is what we are bringing back right now. I have no idea what that is for anybody. Your body does, however, so that is what it is doing for you. Yes, very nice. Bringing that back in, and the highest and best from God's source to you, whatever that happens to be right now. Sending that through. Beautiful. Sending this beautiful healing energy now into the membrane that surrounds the cell. Bringing that back up to its perfection right now. Beautiful. All right, that's looking better. And now into the nucleus, the brains of the cell. It's receiving this beautiful gold God healing energy right now into the brains, the nucleus. Bringing that back up to optimal. Very nice. Okay, looking better. And now to all the organelles. There are several different organelles in the cell, so we are bringing those back up online. And let's take a look inside of those. Anything that doesn't belong, letting that go. Any darkness, any energies, any compromise, whatever doesn't belong here, letting that go right now. Very nice. And the mitochondria. Mitochondria, that's those little orange looking things on the slide there. That's the energy centers. They produce the ATP inside of your cells inside of your cells for producing energy to the cell and to the body. So these are very important. And we need to let go of some things here. All right, very nice. Okay. Yeah, it's better. Whew. A lot of things holding your energy down there, wasn't there? All right, very nice. Okay, so I'll look to see if anything is missing. Anything that is off. here. Okay, very good. Very, very good. All right, wonderful. Now, all spaces and places inside the master cell right now receiving this beauty, love, and perfection of your own master template and the highest and best from God's source to you right now, whatever that happens to be, in your highest and best, at the rate that is optimal for you. Very nice. All places and spaces now are filling up with this beautiful gold God healing energy. Let's check now to see where we are. Just a couple more minutes. And as we do that, we can look at the DNA strand. So let's go into the DNA. And we're going to take a look at the DNA, see if everything is in one piece. Anything missing or broken? Let's fix that with the DNA strand here in the master cell, your pituitary. And we're checking for programs of compromise. We don't want anything saying at a certain age our pituitary will become compromised. So let's let go of all the programs that could be in there that are blocking our optimal health. Okay, very nice. Just another minute here. We're going to make sure we've got everything, and then at the same time now we're going to be sealing it, healing it, and sealing it. So sending into this gold, beautiful gold God healing energy now down that strand, healing and sealing this beautiful, perfected DNA strand in your master stem cell of your pituitary. Beautiful. Okay, that's better. And let's look at the telomeres now too while we're at it. It's at the ends of your chromosome there. We're going to extend that for health. Very nice. Very good. All right, so let's go back into the master cell. Placing this back in very nicely. Very good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that did it. That was what we needed. Very good. So now let's go ahead, check the cell again if we are up to perfection with this, and we are ready right now to send this beauty, love, and perfection to all cells now of your pituitary, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of your own master stem cell. Matches the beauty, love, and perfection of your own divine template and the highest and best from God's source to you right now, whatever that happens to be for you. Very good. All the cells now are taking on this beautiful upgrade. Very good. Taking on this perfected version. So no longer regenerating in the whatever it was version, compromised version. So we don't have to wake up in the morning with compromised cells again and again, right? So now we have this beautiful, perfect version. Very nice. All right, so let's just check to see how many cells are taking the upgrade. Very good. And then the number of days the pituitary will be in this new growth period. Okay, I'm getting about 38 days. Now, that's on average for everybody who's registered, so it may be just a little bit more for you or a little bit less, but somewhere in there, we're getting about 38 days. So, very good. Checking it again. Okay, very good. Yep. So this is the number of days that it will be taking to upgrade the perfected master stem cells. So that means that they are improving their function where you currently are from where you started. So for example, if you were 50% function in your pituitary, then our goal is to get you to 100% optimal function. So everyone's different, and some people are starting below 50%, right? So in that case, sometimes some glands require a second round to get them fully up to 100%. Just kind of depends on where you're starting and the person itself. And actually, the glands are all different. Depending on which ones you're working in, the pituitary could be slower than the hypothalamus, for example. So, and this is permanent. So lifestyle, other environmental toxins can compromise it again, that kind of stuff that, you can choose the lifestyle, but maybe pollutions and toxins and so forth, not so much maybe, but so it generally won't go back to 50% or wherever you are anytime soon. That took years to get where you're at right now. So depends on the person, what you eat, thoughts, beliefs, getting a benefit out of being ill, all those kind of things, right? Toxins. So, yeah. And for some people, if we get it up to 100, it may never go much lower than, in the 90% range. So, if you eat clean and doing what your lifestyle is, fairly clean, that's great. It's a truly amazing process here. So it is a permanent procedure too. So this is really nice. All right, so improvements now from a healthy pituitary can include balanced hormones, of course, better sleep. It can boost muscle growth, strength, and exercise performance, decreased headaches, less sexual difficulties, reduced hunger and weight, improved skin, increased energy, better memory and concentration, balanced hair growth or loss, reduced stress and trauma, decreased arthritis or achy joints, cell repair and metabolism, and a lot more. So you can take a notebook or journal and potentially throughout the days here, jot down things that you notice, or notice things that you don't feel anymore or don't do or think about anymore, right? So those are all good things to just keep track of what is happening with your improvement here. So let's move on now. We've got the second area for upgrade. This is the happy hypothalamus. Yay! So let's looking at all the different areas of the clearing. That was, I combined the pituitary and hypothalamus. So we are going for optimal function of each, and as including the hormones that are produced and released to be also in optimal balance, free of any programs and dark energies, that kind of stuff. And let's go for any issues that may disrupt or compromise the hypothalamus from producing those hormones that control your body temperature, your heart rate, your appetite and hunger, your mood, the release of hormones from many glands, especially the pituitary, your sex drive, your sleep, thirst, emotions, behavior, memory, growth, childbirth, production of breast milk, salt and water balance, your sleep-wake cycle and the body clock, blood pressure and heart rate, production of digestive juices, and the balancing of bodily fluids. Okay, so this is what we're going for here today. So the hypothalamus is the secret to youthfulness, right? Anti-aging. It sends the signals for youthful health or rapid aging, whichever. So we are going for the optimal upgrade right now for youthful health. And we're going to change the signals within the hypothalamus that can slow down this aging process and increase longevity. So we are looking at questions now around the hypothalamus. So you could ask yourself these questions. What will it take to bring more peace and trust into my life? What will it take to effectively connect to my divine source? What will it take to trust the flow of life? What is it I resent? What grief is ready to be purged from my system? What will it take to trust that I can figure out how to get my life back on course? And what will it take to trust that God wants me to succeed and will assist me as I tune into and trust my inner knowing? Now, the affirmation we can say all together: I am connecting to the divine source. I trust in the flow of life. I am free of the past and ready to attend to the course of my life. And we want to thank Wendy Jensen for these beautiful questions. Now, the hypothalamus, its main general function is to regulate homeostasis of our bodies. So it keeps the body in a constant, steady state, right? It also produces releasing and inhibiting hormones, which stop and start the production of other hormones throughout the body. And it's actually the link between the endocrine system and the nervous system. So this is why I don't really call it a gland, because it's really the link between the two different systems. So you've got hormones in the endocrine, you've got neurotransmitters in the nervous system, right? So this is the link between those two systems. So you can see how important this is. Plays a significant role in both of those systems and maintaining the balance there. So if something is off, maybe it's the pituitary that could be more optimal for you. So that is its main function. So when it doesn't function properly, it can throw off the pituitary. And the pituitary controls the adrenals, the ovaries, testes, and the thyroid. So when the hypothalamus is off, then there's a lot of other things that are affected that are all vital to your good health. So the hormones that are secreted by the hypothalamus, well, you've got several. Well, you've got antidiuretic hormones, and that's regulates the water levels in the body. So blood volume and blood pressure. And then oxytocin. It is released by the pituitary, but it's produced in the hypothalamus. So social bonding, right? So it's snuggling up. And then corticotropin releasing hormone, that is a hormone that controls the response to stress. And it also suppresses the appetite and stimulates anxiety, right? So we want this one to be balanced. It can also lead to problems with acne, diabetes, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, infertility, muscle problems if the body has too much of it. And then low levels of it can cause weight loss or increased skin pigmentation, gut distress, and low blood pressure. Then there's the gonadotropin releasing hormone, and that's the function for puberty or sexual maturity and so forth. And then there's also the somatostatin. It secretes several other hormones, including the growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, insulin, and others. Growth hormone stimulating hormone. So this is controlling the growth and development in children, as well as metabolism then in adults. So if it's in high levels, it can cause abnormal enlargement of the skull, the hands, and the feet, and or diabetes as well, right? So, and low levels of it can delay puberty in children or decrease their muscle mass if you're an adult. And then there's the thyrotropin releasing hormone, stimulates production of the thyroid hormones. And then that controls the cardiovascular system, brain development, muscle control, digestive health, and metabolism. So, yeah, and if you don't really want too much of this stuff, because if you high levels of it, you can have fatigue, depression, weight gain, constipation, dry skin, and hair loss. That sounds like thyroid problems, right? And then weight loss, weak muscles. If it's too low, then sweating, that kind of thing. So here's a chart for you. If you would like to come back later and stop the video, you can take a look at what exactly it does in the hormones. So weight is controlled in the hypothalamus, and so when it's activated, this set of nerves, then it can take our hunger away. So our desire to eat is determined by which of the two types of nerves dominate at a particular time. So what controls the activity of these nerve cells and make us either hungry or suppressing our appetite. So Ghrelin, Gherlin, makes us hungry, and that comes from the gut. And all the others, reduce hunger. So the consumption of, sugars and fatty acids also reduce hunger. But the nerves in the hypothalamus respond to these hormones and nutrients, and once it's full, though, the stomach reduces the desire to eat by lowering the ghrelin production and by sending a message to the hypothalamus. And then when it receives that message, then it can use dopamine, endocannabinoids, and serotonin as messengers, which influence eating behavior, right? So then there's controlling your hunger. So when someone, loses weight through lifestyle changes, the levels of some of the hunger controlling hormones change, making the individual want to eat more. So this is that cycle that people get in. Then there is a reduction in leptin and insulin and others, while ghrelin levels rise. So the result of that is increased hunger, and these changes can, just go on and on. So the body learns to become more fuel efficient with energy decreasing. So to maintain weight loss, you have to substantially either increase your energy or fight the feeling of hunger. So, it's no wonder a lot of people just give up, right? So the issue of increased hunger needs to be addressed. So both leptin and ghrelin hormones activate your hypothalamus and are big players in regulating appetite for us. So we want to get these in balance too. And then the hypothalamus controls aging. It signals within the hypothalamus can slow down the aging process and increase longevity. And with the adrenals, so low adrenal function is associated with the hypothalamus malfunction. And so that's part of that HPA axis. So the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, and plays a part in adrenal insufficiency. So we worked in the adrenals before, if you were already in another package that we just did. So that's great. So we've got all the HPA covered now after today. So the hypothalamus sends the pituitary releasing hormones and, communicates between the pituitary and the adrenals, and sends messages for, adrenal hormone production, which the adrenals do a lot, especially after menopause for women. It does the estrogens, the progesterones, the testosterone, all that, right? So you can see why they have a important job to do as well. And then, low adrenal function can include dizziness or weakness, and signals here, symptoms around an overactive thyroid gland, get impressed here too. So there could be sensitivity to cold, tiredness, hair loss, constipation, weight gain, and so on. So the leptin and ghrelin, increase in inflammation and stress. So the resistance to leptin is caused by an increase in inflammation and stress in the brain. So this process contributes to an elevated body fat set point. So yes, it sure can. Yes, you can do that, Christine. Yeah. So the leptin resistance, that means you eat more and you gain body fat, and then more body fat means more leptin in the fat cells, and too much fat means that proper leptin signaling then is disrupted, and the brain thinks you're starving, which makes you want to eat more, and then you get fatter and hungrier, and you eat more and gain more fat, and so on. So this is the problem there with that. So improving leptin sensitivity. So you want to avoid inflammatory foods. So that's going to mean anything that's linked to inflammation, like sugary drinks, sodas, and trans fats, meats, animal proteins, and so forth. So ghrelin is, it's the result of a buildup of fat. So it's a long-term regulator of body weight. So it's, hey, I'm hungry. When do we eat? Regulator, right? So that's what that is. And so let's look now. So really you want to avoid the, high fructose corn syrups. That's in like a lot of everything instead of sugar nowadays. That they put that in there, and it's just not good for the gut as well, right? So you don't need that. And it impairs ghrelin response after meals too. So drinking a soda with your meal is really a no-no. And then, so let's check now the regeneration of the hypothalamus. Are we ready with all the clearings? Yes. Okay, so that was good because I did most of the clearings already for you. So yeah, we are ready. So we have already disconnected the pituitary, just so you know, but we are connecting the hypothalamus right now. We are grounded. We are connected to God's source and protected. Very nice. This master stem cell of your hypothalamus right now receiving beautiful gold God healing energy, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of your own human template and the highest and best from God's source to you right now, whatever that happens to be for you. At the rate that is optimal for you as well. Very nice. So sending in this beautiful healing energy into the master stem cell of your hypothalamus. The intention of all the improvements we've already mentioned. Getting it to optimal and all the hormones that it either secretes or produces or distributes or signals these cells of other areas of the body. Let's intending that these are all being optimized as we send this beautiful healing energy then into the master cell of your hypothalamus. Beautiful. Very good. Okay, so now let's look at the membrane. So surrounding the cell, again, we are sending this beautiful gold God healing energy into the membrane. We are improving the health there, bringing that up, bringing the color to a more brilliant look. All darkness is out of there, letting that go now. Very nice. And sending this beautiful healing energy now into the nucleus, the brains of the cell. Very nice. Improving the health of that nucleus right now. It's taking its perfection from your own divine template. Very nice. That did it. Yes. And all the organelles inside the cell receiving this beautiful gold God healing light now into all the organelles, the master cell of your hypothalamus. Beautiful. Oh, very good. And the mitochondria, these beautiful energy cells. Let's get that ATP production going in there. Very good. Oh, that's good. Nice. That's much better. All right, now all the spaces and places inside the master cell of your hypothalamus, sending in this beautiful gold God healing energy now into all areas of this master cell, matching the beauty, love, and perfection of your own divine template and the highest and best from God's source to you right now, whatever that happens to be for you. Very good. Yeah, that's just going straight where it needs to go. The hypothalamus is like that. It's just like, okay, give it to me. I got it. I'm taking this. I'm running with it, right? I love the hypothalamus. It's just one of those quickly regenerating areas of the body. I would say it's probably the quickest next to the ovaries. Yay. All right, so let's take a look now and look at the DNA strand. Okay, so let us take a look if there's anything needs repairing here. Very good, and checking for programs. Okay, very nice. Letting go of all programs of compromise. These we do not require. All right, letting that go. Very good. Now sending in some beautiful gold God healing energy now down this DNA strand. Healing it and sealing it. Very nice. Okay, so now let's check the master cell again. Got the DNA properly in place. Yes, very nice. Let's look and see how the master cell in the hypothalamus looks now. All right, all ready to go. Very nice. Let's go ahead now and just send that beauty, love, and perfection to all cells of your hypothalamus. All cells now are taking on the beauty, love, and perfection of your own divine template from this master stem cell, this perfected version, and from the highest and best from God's source to you right now, whatever that happens to be for you. There we go. All right, so these beautiful cells of your hypothalamus are matching the perfection of this one optimized cell, taking on that perfection themselves. And this is what takes the number of days of regrowth here. So very nice. Okay, so let's check now the cells that are taking the regrowth. Oh, very good. And then the number of days that they will be in this new cell growth period. And I'm getting 30, approximately 30. And that may be a little bit more for you or a little bit less than for you. Just as an average, we're getting approximately 30 days. Now, as I said, the hypothalamus is one of those areas that just generally tends to get where it's got to go. Okay? So even if it was really highly compromised for you, you could see 100% improvement on this right off the bat. So improvements that you can potentially notice from an improved hypothalamus could be better regulation and appetite and hunger, recognizing when you're full, improved production of digestive juices for digestion, better sleep-wake cycle and the body clock, improved sex drive, balanced emotions, mood, and behavior, better memory, better regulation of body temperature and heart rate and blood pressure, and the salt, water, and bodily fluids balanced, and better regulation of thirst. So who knew that's in there too, huh? So again, maybe take a journal throughout the 30 days while it's regenerating, and just take notes of anything that you notice yourself, any of these areas or others, because these are in the brain, and it controls and directs things all over the place. So there could be other improvements going on for you too, not just the hypothalamus and exactly what I've just mentioned, but there can be a lot of other improvements for you too. So take a note of that and check to see for yourself things that you do notice or things that you notice that you don't have anywhere. Okay. So yeah, Gina, my mind feels clearer and more spacious. So yeah, the real secret behind wellness and success with especially of any purpose work that you may be doing or endeavor or vision that you're dreaming of. Absolutely wonderful to upgrade your brain to be able to have a more clear and spacious mind. So let's get a drink. This is a perfect time right now. Let's all get a drink. Colon health is coming up too, as a matter of fact, to answer your question. Yeah, so we have the circulatory health coming up next, circulatory and cardio, and then the lymph system is first, and then we're going to be doing a digestive system after that. So let's look at other things that you could do for yourself would be to get outside, get out into nature, get back in touch with your biorhythms. This is what, the Mother Nature, we just kind of got lost touch with it, right? So when the rubber soles came on our shoes, we're not standing outside barefoot anymore. So that's why we did the grounding exercises earlier. It's really important for you. If you want to go ahead and play that part of the video later, any day, every day would be great. The energy there is wonderful, and you can just kind of snap your life force back up to where it should be by listening to that. So unplug, you could go out, maybe take a walk, maybe take your journal outside with you, take those questions, get some answers from your higher self, tune into the natural world, right? So this is just a beginning for you right now. This is how the process begins, with this regeneration and the amazing things that are going to start happening for you now on account of this are just, something that could be extraordinary, right? So thinking of in terms of the number of things that have, happened over the years to compromise it in the first place, there is a new change coming for you right now. So your cells are in this upgrade period, and they will be for, the hypothalamus about 30 days, pituitary 38, maybe a little more for you or a little less, but somewhere right in there. So what you do during this period, it does have a significance as well. So that's why drinking water today and the next 3 days, especially if we can get as much hydration to those new healthy cells as possible, would be wonderful. Also, that goes to any, nutrition, right? So anything you eat, anything you put in your mouth, right? So if you want to get close to organic, whole, fresh foods as possible, and, animal meats, not so much what the cells need. Absolutely, they don't. Okay, so if you can go vegetarian or close to that, that would be the best for you. And also, the area may, you might be feeling a little headache. You could. Okay, some people do, some people don't feel a thing, right? So just a potential, just to let you know, if there is a little achiness, maybe that's perfectly normal. Also, it could even feel a little warmth potentially, right? Also, you might be a little bit sleepy or tired after one of these sessions, and that's just the body, when we are sleeping, that's when we are, rejuvenating and so forth. So the body thinks, well, I should probably be sleeping now, all right? But it's not like you're exhausted, tired. You're just, maybe just a little nap here and there, and get up and feel refreshed, okay? So that's just the cells are growing. Right. So also, just to let you know, during this period, drinking alcohol, taking pain medications or sleeping pills, some other medications, they could slow the cell growth or even stop it. Right. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to take, but I'm just letting you know that, some people, this has been shown to halt the cell growth. Right. It's just like anything, so it's up to you, your own lifestyle, and how you manage your body and what you take, it's your own business, but it can actually tell the body that, hey, shut down or turn off the regeneration. That, they obviously don't care about getting these new cells here. So the cell is intelligent. It's totally intelligent, right? It'll give you what you want. So that is for you to know, and upcoming live streams. Okay, yeah, so this is the what I was just mentioning to the gal with the question in the chat box. I'm going to put up a link here. This is to live streams, and I don't know if he has that up there, my VA, on that page yet, but it will be if it's not up there yet, because these are coming up soon, the circulatory and cardio system and the lymph system as well. So they will be available to you and very soon, as well as, we have a certification class coming, and this is for you if you would like to do similar things to what I'm doing, or exactly what I'm doing, because I teach this. And this is a, whether you have family, friends, or you just, want to, help clients too, right? So as a business, I teach it all for you. So I'm getting the link actually for you so that you can click into it and just open straight to the page if you'd like to. So I'm putting this in the chat box too. So this is the other link to my certification healing training. So there is sort of a certification, a certificate that's awarded at the end after you've learned the process and you're getting a result. So this is energy healing for you, your family, and clients. All right, so I highly recommend that. We've got some people going through it, the current class that I'm doing right now, and they're getting some wonderful results. So absolutely, if you have a large family especially, this is great because then you can do it for everybody yourself. So check your email. The recording will be in an email from me a little bit later, as well as the recording of this in the video version as well as an audio version. And then there'll be some links in there too, so that you can go to the different places that I mentioned here earlier. Also, I believe there's going to be a session link in there for you to take advantage of too, if you'd like to. And then, so yourbodypower.com to reverse the debilitating effects of midlife aging. So let's come back and stop this. And, and if you truly have some issues that are affecting you, a session with one of us is probably something that would be recommended, right? So if you know that there's some physical cause or even emotional cause or some mental issues going on, there's definitely a good reason for you to go ahead and get a session booked. So highly recommend that. And I also do want to show my appreciation and gratitude for you coming today or attending, because this is a pivotal turning point for you. Okay, so the turning point of your health, especially if you've been with me throughout this whole period where we've done the adrenal glands, the thyroid, the pancreas, and now the pituitary and the hypothalamus. Your endocrine system right now is like, it is so tuned up. And, you're saying yes to your body. Your cells know that you said yes to them. Okay. And they are doing their best right now for you to upgrade into this most perfectly optimized version and to provide all the benefits and improvements that we talked about today. So go ahead and thank yourself and thank yourselves for doing what they're doing for you right now. And we are turning the tide on aging at midlife or any time. This is absolutely for you. And my appreciation goes out to you for that. Okay. So thank you so much and namaste. And I'll be ending the recording now.